We are back. We are back on CH right now. We're back to chatter. So, Cindy, I think you were speaking, Cindy, and I jumped in there, Cindy. So, what were you about to say?
She was telling us about her best recipe.
Yeah, when we do a reset, Mike, keep your mouth shut, please. We'll bring you in the right time. Go ahead, Cindy. Is Cindy there? All right.
She
Uh,
doesn't know you
uh,
muted everybody. She's still talking.
okay. One second. It's not muted. Cindy, are you there? All right. All right, Scott. We're back. All right. So anyway, once again, I think the conversation was about punishing people, and that's what I call it. But Shannon Sharp, and the fact that Shannon Sharp actually, believe it or not, is that I think he's at risk. I mean, he had $100 million deal on the table. That $100 million deal, I don't know whether or not that is still on the table. I don't know what's going on there. We will figure out whether or not he still has that $100 million deal still on the table. We do know that the woman is suing him for $50 million.
Damn.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money, right? She went from accepting a $10 million settlement to saying, "I'm suing you for $50 million." And so yeah, that's a lot of
Jonathan,
money.
what do you think? Do you think he brought this on himself, Jonathan?
Oh, he certainly did. I mean, he certainly did. When you kind of
I agree.
when you
Yeah.
acquire that when you acquire that kind of wealth, yeah, you typically have to be a lot more careful than what the average person is. So no, he 100% brought this on himself, and hopefully, this is something that he learned from. This is something he learns from and don't have happen again. So, with that being said, we're gonna keep this thing going. We got CH back online, and we also have not only just CH back online, we also have Chatter back here as well. So, with that being said, guys, let's jump right back into it. it
Well, I would ask you this, Jonathan. How do these guys like Shannon Sharps and these other people, how do they protect themselves from this stuff? Because clearly Shannon Sharp likes to do this stuff. He likes to have relationships with younger women. Fine. I mean, remember the Derek Jeter thing, right? Derek Jeter used to, in his New York apartment, he every time you came in, you'd have to put your phone in a basket. You weren't allowed to have your phone in his apartment. And remember, we never heard a single fucking thing about Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter was the Yankees shortstop for like over a decade. You never heard a single thing about him. But Derek Jeter was fucking doing whatever he wanted to do. So how do you is the only way that these guys, these millionaires are able to protect themselves from this type of stuff is to just not do it? Or how do they
Well,
stop this?
what do you mean just not do it? I mean, of course they shouldn't do it, but it is what it is. I mean, if you're gonna if you're going to partake in this lifestyle,
Comes to the
you're
territory, right? Yeah.
no you're gonna have to take the precautions or whatever. That's why people have the NDAs and everything else. So
Yep, I was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
good
Yep,
point.
a lot of them do make you sign an NDA before you even come around them. Yep.
And I mean, you have to take into consideration he went on her OnlyFans. So, who solicited who?
Wait, that's how they met each other? He went on her OnlyFans? That they didn't know each other before then?
I mean, I asked that question in the room earlier and it was confirmed. I don't know for sure. I don't that's what I heard here in the room. I asked the question earlier.
Oh, so he like sought her out.
That's my point.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't go looking. Oh, Luis said he met her at the gym in the
Oh,
chat.
okay. Oh, right, in that one picture, he's in the background. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
look, whether he listen to me, she's the only fan girl, and that's I get it. I mean, I don't know what was on his mind.
Yeah, you're playing with fire when you fuck with an OnlyFans
Hey,
girl.
you know exactly what was on that man's mind.
No, I just said 19 years old.
Right?
That's no. When the reason I say I don't know what's on his mind is the 19 years old. That's why I said I don't know what's on his mind.
Is that how old she was? Really? I'm barely, I came to DTN for this story because I don't know anything about it other than he's like the guy I really like, the Stephen A. Smith guy, but like for a different network, I guess, right?
No, they
Yeah,
were
what
both on ESPN.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Well, that's the crazy thing, right? Like he's his age, she's that age. Like I'm 40 years old. I would never get involved with a 20-year-old girl and be like, oh yeah, I think we could have a relationship here. Like if I'm that age and I'm with a 19, 20-year-old, I'm clearly only with her to have fun in a bedroom. Like if I were to be serious with a woman, she'd have to be at least 35. At least 35. So like for him
So
to
it
be
was
with a girl that
crazy.
young, right? Like you know what he's wanted. He just wants to bang. That's all he wanted to do. And
No,
now he's
no, no,
caught
no,
up.
no. What you said was, how can this man protect himself? What you mean? How can he protect
No, I'm
himself? She
saying like
was
how if he's a rich millionaire, I'm saying not us common folk. That guy who's got millions and millions and millions, and he wants to hook up with 20-year-olds because that's just his thing. He wants to hook up with 20-year-olds. What is he? Because again, there's not. It's not like it's illegal. It's frowned upon and it's fucking disgusting. But it's technically
Is it
not illegal.
immoral? Is it
Of course,
immoral?
it's immoral, but it's not
Not of
technically.
course. What do you mean? Everybody has their own morality.
I think it's immoral, but it's definitely not illegal, right? She was a legal age. He's of legal age, so whatever. But if she's trying to lay down a trap, and this guy's a millionaire and he wants to bang 20-year-olds, what is he? What is? How does he stay away from getting trapped into a situation he doesn't want to be in?
Therapy.
Just not doing it?
Wait, why does it
Exactly.
gotta be? Why does it gotta be bang? Oh, did somebody call out for Jonathan?
Well, no, because we were reading the text message earlier where she was talking dirty to him and she was doing this. So people are saying that she was entrapping him, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, whatever. But what is he? If he just likes to bang 20-year-olds, he's gonna get caught up in this over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, 20-year-old women are trying to do this to 50-year-old millionaires.
There's 82 million men in America on OnlyFans.
Yeah, but there's only
Right?
one shit.
82, 82 million men on OnlyFans, and 80 something percent of the women are 34 and under, are 18 to 34. So that's they're younger, but there's also the men are younger. Actually, more of the men of the 82 million men are younger. Most of them are under 45.
Like she was born in 2002 or no, she was born in 2005. Ugh.
Hell no to the no, no, no.
And someone said he has a 34-year-old daughter. She could be his grandchild.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
I mean, it is crazy for me, but I don't judge. If that's what floats your boat, go right ahead.
No, but like, okay, if there's like a 70-year-old that dates a 50-year-old, right? There's a 70-year-old dating a 50-year-old, 20-year age difference. That seems like a 20-year age difference seems bad, but there's 70 and 50. But when you got a 50-year-old dating a 20-year-old, that's fucking nuts.
Your great granddaughter.
They can't
You know
even
what I'm
have
saying?
a glass of champagne together. She's not even drinking age.
Yeah,
Mm.
They can't even have a toast until her 20. I don't mean to laugh.
And like, if anything, if you ever really got involved with them, like, how do you introduce those kind of people to your own families? They're like, she's 20, you're 70. Like, what the hell?
yeah.
Kind of
She
Well,
weird.
busts out her phone, starts playing Roblox. Like, what are you doing, lady?
it depends on the family, no? I mean, when
I
some of
guess.
us may have parents that had really big age gaps. My
Your
mom
kids
didn't.
are older than your girlfriend.
Well, I mean, my mom didn't have big age gaps, but my grandmother did. She was really young. Sheree, you know that back in those days, people were married relatively young. But I think it's
Yeah.
interesting because the first thing that I heard was, how does this big grown man protect himself from this little itty bitty 19-year-old? Get the hell out of here. This is some
That's not what
crazy,
I
crazy.
said.
You literally said, how do men protect themselves from this? I heard you because it's stapled in my brain.
Yeah, I'm saying if there's a rich millionaire, because again, I'm not talking about just us. me as a fucking old guy. I'm saying Shannon Sharpe, who has $100 million. I don't know what his net worth is, but he has contracts definitely, and he stands to make a lot of money. And he likes, and again, this is the scenario: old guy, wealthy, and likes to have sex with young women. That's apparently Shannon Sharpe's thing. This is not like a new thing. It's like, I guess it's his thing.
Wait, is it just his thing, or are there other old men that love to have, let's call them relationships with younger women?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch. And I'm saying when you have a guy like Shannon Sharpe who likes to find young women either in gyms or on OnlyFans or however the fuck he chooses to find young women, and I'm sure he uses the fact that he's Shannon Sharpe to persuade and do this stuff. You know, I'm on TV, blah blah blah. You know, I'm sure he has a nice house. I'm sure he has all kinds of shit. I'm sure he can take her out, spend a lot of money on her, blah 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 blah. Now we read these text messages and people were saying, which I don't know if I agree with, because she's 20, she's going to say some wild shit. But they're saying that she tried to entrap him by saying, what was it? I want you to come inside me, BDSM. I want you to treat me like this. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. I want you to do that. And he's now eating this shit all up. If they're, how is he supposed to not get in a situation where now she flips the script and she's like, whoa, dude. No means no. And he's like, well, wait a second. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, what is he supposed to do with this new age of media and new age of how phones work? There's nothing he's going to do to protect himself from getting trapped in a situation where she's like, nope, you took advantage of me. I want 10 million. What's he supposed to do? The only answer is don't get involved with 20-year-olds, you fucking scumbag. Right?
I mean, do you have more to the story? Is it just like that he's embarrassed that this is coming out and there's an age gap? Or because when I was going in and out, I think they were saying that there was an AI video, that there was charges pressed. Does anybody have like a quick recap? I mean, I'm sure there's probably newer people here just like myself who can give us a recap on the situation.
Yeah, that'd be good. I only heard what I heard in here.
I wish Chat was here. She actually had some text. She read several text messages between them. One of which I can remember. The girl, is she a woman? The woman was saying, I want you to abuse me. Do you guys remember some of those
It
text
was like type
messages?
BDS. I want BDSM hard or something. And
Yeah, and
yeah.
yeah, it's pretty graphic. I wish Chat
Right.
was
She was like, I want you. I remember the one. She's like, I want you. Yeah, something about
the
choke
booty
or
hole.
whatever. It was really graphic, right? And then all of a sudden, the next message comes saying, "Well, I want you to wear a condom. No means no, Shannon, and you put it in my butt." We're like, whoa. Talk about a 180 there. You know.
That's probably where the setup started. Just started
That's
being.
what I'm asking about. Like, how does, because again, guys, come on, let's not be naive. There are, just like there are scumbag men out there that like to prey, scumbag millionaires that like to flaunt their money around and get fucking hot young women just because of their millions. And then there's also 20, 20, 21, 22-year-old women who prey on old millionaires. I mean, it goes both ways here.
Absolutely, I've seen it with my own eyes for 20 years.
That's why I mentioned Derek Jeter, right? Derek Jeter's whole thing was that, like I said, shortstop of the New York Yankees for over a decade, and he had a nice ass swanky fucking high rise in Manhattan. But every time you went into his house, that was the thing. You had to check your phone. Like, you had to put your phone in a basket at his front door. You could not bring your phone into his place. There was nothing, like nothing. And we never heard a single thing about Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter was never in the news. But you know Derek Jeter was banging all kinds of hoes. You know that. But he never got caught up in this shit because he took their phones. It was like, no. So is that like, what do you do? Like,
All right.
what I'm saying is that it shouldn't be a guaranteed outcome that if you're a 50-year-old millionaire and you hook up with a 20-year-old, that you're going to end up getting caught up in some shit you shouldn't get caught up in.
It's tough.
All right. Well, here's a quick recap. Do you guys want to hear it? Do you guys want to hear it?
I love recaps.
All right. So it says a woman under the name Jane Doe, filed a civil lawsuit against Sharpe in Nevada, accusing him of sexual assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The plaintiff alleges she met Sharpe in 2023 at a Los Angeles gym when she was 19, entering a rocky consensual relationship that lasted nearly 2 years. The lawsuit claims Sharpe became controlling and abusive, recording sexual encounters without consent, threatening to kill her, and sexually assaulting her multiple times, including incidents in October 2024 and January 2025, despite her objections. The suit, filed by attorney Tony Busby, seeks over $50 million in damages. Sharpe denies the allegations, calling the lawsuit a shakedown and blatant attempt to blackmail him. His attorney claims the relationship was consensual and accuses the plaintiff and Busby of manipulating evidence such as a 10-minute video and audio clips to misrepresent context. Sharpe's team is preparing a defamation countersuit. There you go.
If I ever see Shannon Sharpe, I'd kick the shit out of him.
For not taking away her phone?
I'd probably lose that fight, but I'd try to kick the shit out of him.
I mean, people are
my daughter's only
people
4
are
years away from
entitled to
19.
do what they want to do, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't care.
People are entitled to do what they want to do. You know, it may not be good for us, or it may not add up for us, but I can't judge.
If she were to read that recap again, and she goes, they met at a gym in 2023, and then left out the part that when she was 19, she just left out that part. They met at a gym, 2023, bang, bang, bang. He filmed it, blah, 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 all that stuff, and just left out the 19-year-old part. We would all kind of be like, okay, let's see how this plays out. That whole 19-year-old thing, just for me, like, no, bro. Like, sorry.
Yeah,
Like,
but
sorry.
not for nothing, Mike. I mean, regardless of the age, a woman that says that she was violated, no matter how old she is, she could have been 30 years old if she told you not to do that. Then
Fair enough. Oh, absolutely. Fair enough.
yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
she a 30-year-old woman could say the same thing, and if she said no, then and it's unclear if she said no in the room or if she's saying no after the fact in the text message. If she's saying if then that's where it gets tricky. If she told him no, because that's what's unclear. If she told him no in the room, okay, but it's just unclear because she said it in the text message like she wasn't okay with it, but I don't know if she said that to his face. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Well, that
I don't
text
know.
message made it seem like it already happened, and she was like, "No, no means no, Shannon." But you like, you didn't want to wear a condom, and then no means no, Shannon. Like it seemed like it already happened. And I'm telling you right now, yeah, you're right. I mean, first of all, you shouldn't even You shouldn't even have to be told the word no. Like you should be able to read the whole situation. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah,
go
yeah, yeah,
far.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah,
agree with you. Like, yeah,
yeah,
as far
yeah,
as
yeah, yeah,
like I said, I'd kick the shit out of him. I'd kick the shit
yeah,
out of him.
But
yeah.
also keep in mind, bro, that this is coming from a relationship standpoint. So we
Yeah.
don't know to what he's saying, bro. We don't know what the hell that no meant, right? And I kind
What
of
do you
Yeah,
mean?
heard,
What do you mean?
because I
yeah,
kind of heard her when she read the text, right? And given the way that she read it, and if any guy's ever been in the predicament, we're all adults here, right? That could have meant a million things, right? But from what I got from when she read the freaking text message, bro, it sounded like she was on her monthly and she told him to put a damn condom on to enjoy it. And he said, no, I'd rather have anal and not even indulge in that part of it. That's what I got from it instantly. I instantly got that it was a Bloody Mary situation. He didn't want no parts of that, but he still wanted intercourse, and that was the way he wanted it. And she probably said no to that and put a condom on. But then again, to the other guy's point, we don't know what the hell the no part meant, right? But one thing I know for sure, two things for certain, have hearing this a million different ways since I've been in this room, man. It's clearly a money grab, and we can't put the age on it because again, that's not illegal. If he has a taste for younger girls, I mean that's just what it is. And then we also have to, if you guys are going to keep putting emphasis on 19, make sure you put the emphasis on 19-year-old porn star OnlyFans. Make sure you say the whole fucking shit. Like say the whole
Mhm.
fucking title. Don't just say fucking
Yeah,
19. She's some fucking college kid
yeah.
trying to
She's a
get a
sex
fucking
worker.
education and better the fucking universe.
Yeah, you got to
Like
throw
let's
morality
say
out
the
with it.
whole shit. Like come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to
she's
throw
a
the
sex
morality out.
worker. Yeah, she's a sex worker for sure.
Well,
Diana,
that's
are you
what
still here?
I am. I was just going to say, I'll pass it right back to you. That's actually what he's saying, right? He's saying that there's a 10-minute clip. So to play the entire conversation, because apparently they just chopped it up to paint a certain narrative. So I just, it's really interesting that you guys are bringing up the same thing, bring the whole story into context. What were you going to say, love?
It's not even that significant, but someone dropped her Instagram in the chat earlier, I think, and I just copied it. If you were interested in that.
Yeah, I thought it was Jane Doe when I read what was it? Who did I use? I used Grok.
Well, they
Um, it,
Grok. They didn't even
Grok.
put her name at that time, but now it's been revealed.
He
Oh,
revealed it.
wow.
He revealed it in
Yeah, that's
his
because he
Oh,
revealed it.
yeah,
wow.
in
And that's
his
the same thing
comments.
that happened to Jay-Z. When it first came out,
Wow.
what happened? She was Jane Doe. And then when she revealed herself, it all crumbled right in her face. You know what I mean? And then it's just another coincidence that all this comes out the day before that he was finna get introduced for the $100 million contract. You don't think other people know of that? Same thing with the whole P. Diddy thing, right? That lady was minding her own business with her husband and her own family. Someone hit her up and said, "Hey, this law's going to change in New York in 24 hours. If you don't press the issue with this P Diddy shit, you're going to be SOL." And then here we are today with this P Diddy shit. That ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? Like people be knowing shit that the other person has no recollection of. They could probably give two fucks about it. But when you have information like this at your fingertips, who wouldn't shoot for 50 million knowing he's about to get 100 million? And then, like what Barr said earlier, don't think that's the only company going to offer the man that kind of money. If he don't take that, somebody's will probably offer him more based on this kind of dirt. And then somebody else brought up the whole Instagram thing. Well, damn it. As soon as that hit the airways, what was the next thing he doing on this podcast next? He was fucking promoting sex pills to get your sex drive up. You know what I mean? Like, all this should be a money grab, gang. This just happens to be a very horrible one, and I hope that he comes out on top because people are entitled to like who they want to like and whatever. But it's just sad you have these people that have these hidden agendas, and when the money come out and start running low, you don't get what you're requesting. Then goofy shit like this happens. Because I read a message where she said, "Oh, I know you missed these fat ass cheeks. That's $25,000 each." Like you don't send it to someone that you're into like that. You know what I mean? I wish my girl would send me a message
Yeah,
talking about, I know
crazy.
you missed these cheeks, $5,000 each one. Like, what?
Yeah, like
Like,
what are we
you're not
talking
my
about?
girlfriend. Like, yeah, what are we talking about?
Miss Lynn, are you still there? I saw you unmiking a little earlier. Are you able to give us your perspective or a little recap or maybe some of the details that we haven't covered again here?
Oh, I definitely see it as a money grab. She's freaky. He's freaky. They were doing freaky stuff, role playing, and he said a lot of the stuff she would play out what she wanted him to do. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, you heard it here first. If that 30-second comes out, it's going to be some crazy stuff that makes him look like he's violating her. And I would bet money on it. She told him what to do and say.
Ooh, Miss Lynn. So you think this is the price that some people pay just for playing the freaky deaky game, huh?
Being
But
being
mm-hmm.
stupid. It's just how do you be this old and have this kind of money and this kind of you doing what you're doing and you be this stupid. So he's going to pay for that. That's what he's going to pay for. But no, I don't believe he took advantage of her. I don't believe he violated her. They were both doing some freaky stuff. She they both were living in Los Angeles. He moved to Vegas. Then she moved to Vegas. Like Cameron said, if someone's abusing you in California, you don't follow them to Vegas. Why are you following them to another state if they've been
That's a really
abusing
good
you?
point.
So yeah, no, don't no. She's not innocent. She's not Miss Innocent. No, because she sent him a text message telling him she wanted him to put a dog collar on her and choke her while he's effing her. She wanted him to tie her up, and she sent him a picture of how she wanted to be tied up. So the choking thing that the audio of the choking and keep talking about choking didn't come out of the air. That's stuff that they were doing.
Yep. Do
Oh,
you
and she
think
said, I want you to, she said, I want you to put a big black baby in me. Come on now.
not a
Yeah,
big black
that.
babe, Miss Lynn? Do you
Yeah,
think
that.
one more question? Who's that talking? I can't see.
No,
Who
go
was
ahead. My
that?
bad. My
No, no,
bad.
no,
My
no,
bad.
no. It's just so that I know, so that I can pass it back to you or to Miss
That's
Lynn, whoever
big
wants to
man.
answer. That's
No,
big
no. Go
man.
ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Um,
Dialogue.
do you and Big Man, you can take it if Miss Lynn doesn't want to answer, or right after she answers. Do you guys think that it matters that it's the Disney corporation that's employing him, and it might get a little bit more sensitive for them having this played out? Because as far
Yes.
as
The
we're,
answer is
Yeah,
yeah.
yes.
I
Hold
think
on,
Yes,
hold
it
they're
on.
is.
Let
gonna.
Ty, let's go to Miss Lynn, and then we'll go to Big Man, and then Ty. Thank you for coming in, and we'll talk to you soon. Go in that order, por favor. Go, Miss Lynn.
Oh yeah, I definitely think they're going to distance themselves from him this time. And I say this time because we know the whole Michelle thing, even though it was obviously consensual and he claims it was an accident that he went on live. They let him go with that. But this right here, I don't think it's going to go to more. They think he did something like the rape thing. I don't think that while they'll let him go, it's just the fact that you're not making your judgment is not really good. We have a business to protect, and you're showing really poor judgment. So I think they will let him go and distance himself from him because of that. I mean, he goes 2 days a week, but I'm sure they're paying him really good for them 2 days. But yeah, we can't trust you to, you know, make some good decisions. So no, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, you can't have him on TV no more.
Yeah. All right, Big Man, you there?
Yeah, yeah. No, she hit that on the head. Coming off that other case, and then now we got this, and being ESPN and Disney, and them dealing with all the stuff they dealing with. We can go back to the Jonathan Major situation, how they dealt with that. I can't see them. I can't see them keeping him on as an employee. I just can't see it. So it's just looking bad, man. It's just a bad look. But and I just can't see him. I mean, of course he's still going to make money, but I don't see the trajectory going up. I really don't. Not after something like this, and unless it comes out that this is just a bad case, but it just seems like you know it just seems like he obviously did something. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Well, there's
I
messages
mean,
between the two, and
mhm,
she's like mad at him because of the Michelle thing, because of the Instagram thing that leaked out where he was with this Michelle. That's when it started. I think she started lining him up at that point because she was mad. She said, you cheated on me with this Michelle, and she wanted $50,000 from him. And he tried to send it, but it was too much money to go through Zelle, and so he couldn't send it. He told her, I can't send it. And she says, well, don't you have a cash app? And he says, no, I don't have a cash app. He says, I have cash though. I've got 10,000, because he was calling her after the Michelle thing and blowing up her phone, and she wouldn't answer her phone. And she told him the only way she'll answer her phone is if he gave her the 50K. And so it's money for her, as you see, because she's telling him 25 a cheek, all that kind of stuff. So it's been about money, and obviously I think he's been paying her for money. My whole thing is, I don't think nobody else is thinking about this, but I think he was paying her for sex in the beginning, and I think they were in California, and that's illegal. So I think they were doing that, and I think he moved to Vegas because he realized in Vegas it's legal. Prostitution is legal in Vegas, and so she moved to Vegas, so they didn't have that to worry about. But I'm wondering if anybody digs deep enough, if they might can say, "Oh, y'all were doing some solicitation and stuff in California. You can't do that." And that may also play into why he was willing to maybe pay her off just to keep it from coming out, just to keep it from growing any legs.
yep.
But I
And
just
Miss Lynn, speaking of California, I know Ty, you must have some stories too, because this stuff happens a little more often than we talk about in California. It just doesn't always make front and center news, right? You still there, Ty?
So, for all those who do not live in Los Angeles or the Bay Area, I live in Los Angeles and in the Bay Area. 50-50 time of the week. And in Los Angeles, I'm in the media and entertainment business. So for so for those who don't know what that is, there are women, females, who target high net worth individuals all day long and sell whatever they need to sell, position themselves at any gym, any location, wherever high net worth individual men are. I've been approached. It happens all day long. Women, females, 18, 19, 20-year olds, 25-year olds approach, solicit men all day long. And the fact that this woman was with the BDSM for 2 years, she's 1,000% complicit. And the fact that I just heard about this last night. One of my partners who's in the media business in LA, in hospitality, she is not a victim. Get off of this. You guys do not live in Los Angeles in the entertainment industry. The level of tricking, hoeing, and pimping is all day long, 7 days a week in the
Are
media
dudes
entertainment
in your
industry.
industry cautious of this? Are they like? Do they know? Are they like, whoa, what may y'all like? Have you ever talked to one of your boys and be like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, she's going to try to
So,
trap.
so most of my friends are married, and we don't really step out. But, but I have colleagues, or I had colleagues who are single, that were all in our 50s, and who are in the entertainment business or high net worth business. It happens all day long, every
Damn.
day at Whole
Yeah,
Foods.
but Ty,
No, let me finish. It happens at Whole Foods. It happens at the grocery store. It happens at the park. It especially happens at what's the place I get hit on at what's that thing called, the farmers market, all day long, 7 days a week. Now he's into that BDSM stuff. I know one guy who's into that. It happens. It is so common. And he gave her. I heard he offered her 50 million, and she's trying to get more off his pockets. If
No,
I were,
he
and
offered her 10. He offered her 10.
10, and then what also makes this suspect? This raggedy lawyer named Tony Busby is the same raggedy lawyer who propped up the girl who's going after Jay-Z right now, who's trying to have it dismissed. And Jay-Z's like, we're not dismissing this. You've damaged my name. This happens all this. I need to find. There's a girl who is taking down 3 studio bosses. They call her the what's she called? She's called them. She took out the guy, the head of NBC, somebody at Warner, and somebody at Fox. There are females in Los Angeles who specifically go and target men, whether they're married, not married. They position themselves where the men are going to be. It happens. These females are not victims. They are the hunters. It happens all. I've seen it. And so when I hear this stuff outside, I'm like, these people don't live in LA. They're not in the clubs. They're not in the lounges. They're not in the scene. You don't see what's happening. It happens all. Now I haven't read his text and whatever he was doing, but if she was into the BDSM thing, like he apparently was, that's just the game.
Yeah, which
And
is like
she,
such a white people thing. Like, get off of our stuff. That's our
it's
that's our thing.
it's just the part of the game, and she's trying to get paid. And then my partner told me about this last night. I'm like, who is this broad? I'm like, is she fine? Is she a dime piece? He's like, she's not even a dime. You mean she's like a 6? He's like, yes. I was like, oh, he's tripping. He must have saw something. And the dude told me last night, he goes, when he talked to her, he's like, let me buy you some breasts. I'm like, oh, that ain't nothing, but that's just something to play around with. You meet at the gym and you toy around with. You ain't marrying this girl. And so people are saying, I heard women, well, she's so young. She is not young in the head. She knows exactly what she was doing. Have you all ever heard of Heidi Fleiss? Maybe, I don't know, maybe a little older. Heidi Fleiss was a madam
Yeah, I
who had
remember that.
lots of girls like this who they go specifically and target men. If Shannon Sharpe is smart, he will settle this case before it goes to court. because he has $150 million deal for a 50 million thing with Disney, and then $100 million deal separately for his Club Shay Shay thing lined up. This is about Tony Busby wanting to get paid. Go look him up. Tony Busby, the attorney out of Texas. This is what this is about. But this happens all day. It happens all the time.
But Ty, do you think Shannon is culpable in any of this? Do you think he?
I
Like, do you think
think
this all lies on her being the hunter, or do you think he's culpable at all?
I think these are two adults who did and knew what they were doing, and now she wants to get paid.
Okay.
She is not a victim. Please, and I hear women saying she's not a victim. And well, here she must be that young girl. She's not a victim. She knows exactly what she's doing.
I think it's a
Someone
fair point.
someone taught her how to sling what's in between her legs. She's gonna go to the same gym where he is and other men are. I go to I'm at the gym. I see it. I'm like, oh, it's time for me to go. I know it's time for me to go. I'm a grown man with a partner. She and I are together. But I see stuff around. I'm like, oh no, why am I working out over here? What's trying to be in the eyesight? I'm like, oh no, it's time to go. It's time to leave. But it
Man, I
happens.
gotta go to the gym too. Ty, you
It
guys were doing
happens.
$50,000 calls over there. Would you say that the fact that it is because of that, uh, what is it called, the the 50 Shades of Grey kind of stuff that some people are
Yes,
into?
yes, yes. There are the most beautiful women. Talking to the men, the most beautiful women in the United States come to Los Angeles. You see the I can't even. It's for men, especially single men who don't have wives. The most beautiful girls are in L.A. in the valley. You'll see them at the grocery store. You see them at the food, at the thing. You see them over here walking around with their monkeys out with tight yoga pants on all day long. Coming from the gym, coming from the nail place, going to Pilates, moving around, driving. You see them all. They're everywhere. And there's way more women than men. They're all over the place. She is not a victim. Shannon should have been wiser. One of his partners should have pulled him to the side, like, "What you doing? What you doing?" But I told this tonight to a friend of mine. I said, had the woman been older, she would have got him, tried to get him for more of his money. It's a younger woman. Had it been a 40-year-old woman, she would have tried to be in his pockets even further. That's part of the game that they play. That's why I tell guys, if you are high net worth or you're a high value man, get you a wife. To get out of the game, go get you one wife and lock it down. Do not be in the game because it costs too much. But if you go be in the game, this is what happens.
Well, she wanted him to
Chris
marry
Chris
her.
Chris Brown's in the game. The singer Chris Brown. I mean, like everybody lives in L.A. or they have a house here. A lot of the people who know, they have women sign the documentation when they come to the door. This is what it is. You know what it is. This is they signed it. I remember when what's his name? What's the dude that was married to Mariah Carey? Nick
Nick
Cannon.
Cannon. Yeah.
One of my partners was doing artwork for Mariah back in the day, and he had to sign thing when you go to the house. Couldn't even come in. Chris Brown today makes women sign. Hey, you in here? Oh, you got to sign this
I
piece of
heard
paper before
Justin
you come
Bieber
in.
used to do that before he got
It,
married.
you
Bieber used to do
everybody
that.
like people is in the mix, and you all know what I mean when I say in the mix. They do this. This Shannon is a cornball. How do you have all this money and you in LA? You in LA of all places, thinking that the rules don't apply to you. He is a sucker because he is playing the game, and he is. We say the game is PHT, pimps, hoes, tricks. Pimps run it, hoes go get it, and tricks pay for it. He is a trick to the fifth power. She
Daniel
is
got this shit
tricking
all
him.
figured out.
The game. I grew up in LA. I've seen pimps. I've seen to businessmen. Just tricks, just tricking, and he's about to pay. He's a trick. He's a sucker. I'm like, where are
Like
your
he got
black?
caught up. He just got caught
No,
up.
where are your black male friends? Your friends that are black men, where are they? Because they gonna warn you, like, what you doing? What are you
And
doing?
he's what we consider to be the square guy. He's the square bear.
He is a sucker because oh my god, if you gonna be the BDSM, I don't understand that one. Well, I know one guy who's into that, and he was telling me about it, I'm like, yo, that's whack and demonic. I'm not down with that. But he was explaining it to me, and I'm like, what's up with that? And he's like 56, 57. I'm like, what's up with that? I'm like, yo, that's some weird stuff right there.
If
But
done right, the women love it.
okay. But Shan, but this
Well,
this
she's the one that texted him that that's what she
yeah,
wanted to do.
yeah, a lot
She
a lot
wanted
of
to do the
a, a
BDSM.
It's an art.
number
It's an art. It's
a
an art.
number of women are into that. My guy who was explaining to me, he says there's a forum online where you can go and meet up with each other and search and do that. I went to his house. He has like he moved out of L.A. He's now down in San Diego. He had it's not a dungeon, but he had a room in his house
A
that
red
had
room.
yes, that's what I was like, man, what's all this right here? And he was explaining. I was like, what? I was like, oh no, dude, that's off. You all in Los Angeles, there are parties, and I'm not just talking about Sean Combs and the original Hustler Pimp, who they really should have got was Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner was the one, not Sean Combs. Hugh Hefner. My father told me that when he came to LA in the 50s. That's the one who was doing all this freaky stuff. But there are parties that you can, depending on who you are and how you get in. I've been in a few of them, and it's just Caligula. I'm like, oh, it's time to go because this is not me. It happens all. Women line up to try to get in these parties because they know exactly what it is. They know exactly what it is. Have you all ever heard of what's called used to be called the casting couch? The casting couch.
Yes.
The casting couch. Women, now some guys, line up to do whatever they need to do to get in a TV show, a commercial,
Well,
or a
that was
movie.
those Jennifer Lawrence. You know the actress Jennifer Lawrence. She
It
released those
still
pictures. Her naked
goes.
got released. But remember those pictures, Ty? It was her naked on a couch, and
It
she
still.
released these pictures. And basically, that was her telling them like, "Yo, I'll do anything to get a role."
It still goes on today in 2025. They have madams in Los Angeles, female madams that are running women. It still goes on today. The back lot of Warner Brothers. Well, I'm not going to say anymore, but it still goes on today in 2025. Very much so. Ain't
Dude,
nothing
I
changed.
watched a documentary about the Playboy Mansion one time, and this one dude was like, he's like, bro, it was a documentary like what? It was a documentary like how bad it got, and this one dude was talking. He was like, yeah, I went with one of my buddies there. He's like, I really wasn't a big star, but I got to invited to a Playboy Mansion party, and he said he walked down this hallway where was a bunch of bedrooms. And he's like, he would open a door, and there'd be like three naked playmates just fooling around, and they, giving them the motion like, come on in, like with their finger, like, come here, come here, come here. And it'd just be
All
three naked women, be
day
like, yeah, yeah. And he's like, oh my God, I cannot do that. And he'd open the next door, and there'd be four women in the next one, like, yeah, come here, come here, come here. And those women are just there waiting for some dude to just go in there.
and they have cameras.
It's fucking
The
crazy.
baby oil didn't start with Sean Combs. I'm telling you all, this is Hugh Hefner, the Hugh Hefner that moved from Chicago to Los Angeles. The Playboy, the Playboy Club. The girls were called Playboy Bunnies. When I was a kid, I would see them because my father took me to it. I was like, oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay, okay. It happens all day long, 7 days a week. Shannon is a sucker. That's a sucker. But this activity, 7 days a week. 7 days a week. He probably, I don't know. I didn't even know he moved to Vegas. Somebody just said it, but I'm like, um,
So
the,
he's reaping what he sows. He brought this on himself.
both of them, whatever, something went
Oh, I see what you're
wrong.
saying. I see
Something
what
went
you're
wrong.
saying.
He is not a victim, and she is not a victim. Tony Bugsby, this Bisbee, this lawyer is taxing him, trying to get it out there Tony is the same guy that went back and found some girl who said, Jay-Z raped me so many years ago. I'm going to bring this up and file a claim against him. Go look it up. It's all over the media. And now Jay-Z fired back and is suing. Jay-Z's he's not a singer or a rapper anymore. He's a businessman. He's married. He got 3 children. He's not putting out new music. Not his wife might, but not him.
So,
It's a
so
it's a
Ty, I
it's a
want to
it's a
ask.
it's a money thing, guys.
So Ty,
It's
I
a
want to
money
ask you what
thing.
I asked the room earlier, and a lot of the women in here, well, definitely one of them got upset with me here. But I just want to ask you it the same way I asked them. Now that we've understood that you kind of know this whole situation here, and you know the whole culture. So Shannon Sharpe, who clearly likes to have sex with younger women, right? That's his thing. You can't knock him for it, right?
So
Now,
do most men all over the world, in
right. No.
Saudi,
Agreed,
in
agreed. But I'm saying
Asia,
like,
in
but I'm,
Africa. This is nothing unique.
right. But legality wise, he's not technically doing anything illegal. He might
No,
think it's
she's
immoral,
doing the exact same thing that
right?
Tracy Ellison Ross is
So
doing.
I guess the
Go
question I
look
would
her
ask you
up.
is, if he likes to hook up with women that are that age, and he's got all this money that can be exploited, what is the only thing that he can do to stop it is just not hook up with women that age, or
I
what?
don't know. I don't know. He needs to, he would be wiser if he just paid for it up front.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Just make it a
You
transaction
just
and that's it.
you just
Because
don't be the square bear, bro.
Uh,
She just caught her a country bumpkin from Georgia,
he is
and
real
he was
country
the biggest
bumpkin.
trick bag. And that's what I'm saying. He paying $25,000 a cheat. She
bruh.
gets
That's
mad because he get caught with Michelle on IG, and she like send me 50,000 just to answer the phone. And his dumb ass like, oh well, I can't send it Zelle because it's too much, but I got
So he's
cash.
just naive
A
and
real
stupid.
player would have been like, hey, I could have been fucking 5 Michelles on IG. Who the fuck are
Right.
you to tell? Bro, I'm not married.
a
That's what the
real.
bros was trying to tell him on his podcast. Like, bro, why are you apologizing, bro? You're a single guy, got caught getting some ass on IG. Who cares, bro? You're acting like
He
you're a married
didn't
man and got
get
caught, bro. Like,
caught.
right, for sure.
He is not a player. Because I used to be a player. Players don't move like that. That's just
How
that's
about it, man?
square. That's squ-
Like there's
that's
a
a
bunch of
sucker
millionaire
move.
50-year-olds who are like, dude, you're an idiot.
That's a sucker move. Players don't move like that. You have 3, 4 dime pieces around you. And my boy told me she's not even a dime. I'm like, she's not even a dime? She's like a 6 in LA. And LA 6 might be like a hot 8 in Oklahoma or Nebraska, but not in LA. I'm like, oh no, she's not even a dime piece? Mm-mm. No, 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 no. No, that's not, that is sucker behavior. That she, that's
Yeah,
tricking.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
tricking.
that's Shannon Sharpe, bro. He supposed to be able to get that's the Hall of Famer Super Bowl win. He supposed to be able to get caught with 50 Michelles, and who cares?
He has no game at all. None
Yeah, it
whatsoever.
almost comes off desperate. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, oh, I
yeah.
gotta pay you. Like, it almost comes off like,
First of all, you don't have one broad that you're paying. You have 10 broads that you're spreading it out because of your availability. Players move differently. If you're gonna move like that in the money game, then you got to move differently. You don't have one broad. The way you do it, players have dime pieces who go bring him other dime pieces. Like, what are we talking about here? That's just some cornball stuff. I don't even know anybody like that.
I think Ty has made more sense than anybody else on this stage for the last 3 days.
Yeah, that's just straight corny. That's like the dude who had no real game growing up. He played sports, but he was a bumpkin.
I
He
like
had
Sterling more than Shannon anyway.
Yeah, that's a sucker move right there. I just like what?
Hey
And
Ty,
she
let me ask you a question. Lynn brought up a good point earlier. Lynn was speaking and she goes, he was paying her for sex, and he moved to Las Vegas, and then she moved, followed. I think that was Lynn. And I thought that was a crazy point because obviously prostitution is legal in Nevada. So was that kind of like did that play a role in here? I thought that was a crazy interesting point when I heard that.
she wants to connect her vagina to the money, so she's gonna go where the money is
Like she knew she was
because
being prostituted.
uh, she knows she was getting a check.
Fair enough.
She was getting a check. He has access to her vagina. She has access to his penis. He pays for it. So if I can't find that in L.A. and she's not a dime in L.A., she has to go to where whoever's paying. He's paying. He's not here. I'm gonna go to the next state and follow him.
And there's so many beautiful women, like so many.
Especially at the gym. What? If you at
And think about
Equinox?
what he's saying,
Like, what
bro.
are we
Think about
talking
what
about?
he's saying, bro. She charged 50,000 just to answer the telephone. You know he paid it. You know she's following him wherever he go.
He is sprung like a chicken. That's called being sprung. That's no game. He has no game.
So, like,
At this
amongst the
age,
players community, amongst the millionaire rich community, he looks like a punk.
yeah, and not all players are rich. You have to be smooth and have game. He has no game. And then my boy told me last night he put the stuff out on the text messages. I'm like, who's his lawyer? What?
This is the same guy that literally taped himself having sex on Instagram. So I'm surprised people are surprised by the situation.
Right? A couple months ago,
And
right?
then he tried to say that he tried to like cover it up with like, oh, I don't know how to work my Instagram. I didn't know I was live. I didn't know what button to push, which we all knew. Anybody that works in social media
Yeah,
know
like,
that
you
was
know
like a
what you
live
were
because you
doing.
have to hold on one second. Because you have to literally slide it over several times in order to hit the live button, and you have to go through certain steps. So we knew that was a lie. But then he came back with the whole, yep, that's just that's just how I do, yada 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 mess. So I'm surprised when anybody else is surprised by the situation. Like,
Well,
and plus
Even
he already had assault charges from when he left CBS. So like this, I'm just like,
Well,
but
he
this
just
again,
needs
is
to
you
figure
read that
that
was
this,
out.
something that came out. I
this
wrote saying he was gay, so he did that on.
Well,
He leaked that. He leaked that on
there's that
purpose.
piece too. Well, again, there's that piece too. So like you're seeing this, the whole thing screams desperation, and I still got questions. So like, and this all this is leading to more questions because
we
all this extra shit that he's doing is just leading to more questions.
Well,
That's
and the
all it's
getting her in
doing.
the butt thing. I mean, come on now.
I know some players right now in LA, and they just kind of whisper to me they thought he was kind of gay or bisexual, which is still gay. We're like, what? So he's tricking. We are like, it's just sloppy and corny and very very immature.
Yeah, sounds about right. Like I said, anytime you're sitting up there and you're trying to act like, I'm sorry. The first time he tried to say that his phone was hacked, that's what it was. First he wanted to say his phone was hacked. Then he wanted to say that he didn't know how to work. She didn't know how to work his phone, and he was he hit the live by accident. And then after that bullshit didn't work, then he came out and said, "Yep, it's just y'all already know how we do," type to make it seem like he was cool. Like,
Hey,
dude's corny. I knew dude was corny after I saw the Amanda Seals interview, and he embarrassed his ass. He embarrassed himself then. Like, he did good with the Cat Williams interview. He did good with the Monique, but that Amanda Seals, that's when I was like, dude, you are trash. How dare you think that this is okay to treat someone this way? Mm-mm.
Hurts
well,
him way more than it hurts her.
Amanda Sills is problematic on so many different levels in LA, so that's really not a barometer there. By the way, this guy at Spark
No, the
says
way that he
nobody
treated
wants
her
to.
was the problem, though.
Oh,
Like the way that he treated her on that interview, the way that he tried to sit up there and how you know that was racist, how you know it was this, that whole attitude was the problem. The way, like I said, the whole problem that I have with a lot of these podcasters out here is that they think that it's okay to berate their guests, and it's not. Your whole fucking job is to help your guests, to elevate your guests. If not, get the fuck out. Leave for people that actually give a shit about their guests. Because
I
y'all
didn't.
don't.
I didn't see the Amanda one. Did he disrespect her in the
He
interview?
did. Yes, he did.
Oh no, that's not cool.
And like I said, but a lot of these podcasters do that because they want that little viral clip. They don't understand that your job is to elevate your guests, not piss your guests off to the fact to the point that they have to now explain why they even came to talk to you. Or just.
Amanda Sills is really smart. I think she has a master's degree in
Mhm.
African American studies or
He
something.
comes
Yeah,
off like a prick. I mean, he does. He comes off like a prick.
Yeah,
He comes across like an undereducated person who doesn't know certain things, and then he's using a lot of clickbaitish questions. And he and what's the other guy that with the crazy hair that played football with the glasses and the hats? What's the black guy's name? He was a quarterback.
Cam
Can't,
Newton.
yeah, thank
Cam
you.
Newton.
Can't Cam Newton. Some of these guys, I'm like, your questions are written for you, but your follow ups when it's off the top of your head, it's you know what? It's a lot of dilatory behavior, meaning they have very surface level understanding. But when one tries to go deep, beyond a foot, then it's lacking, and yeah, they're not good interviewers. But
they're not.
they don't know that they don't know.
It's not even
Like
that they don't know that they don't know that, like, it's that somebody said, "Hey, you're popular. Come, come host this show," but they don't actually know how to be interviewers. They don't know how to be a journalist.
Yeah,
That's
they get too big for their britches. Yeah.
not even beyond that though. It's just the fact that, like, y'all can go and take and go on interviews, but actually conducting them is not their forte. Because again, there's a certain finesses you have to have, and they don't. Cam isn't as bad as Shannon from what I've seen. Shannon just like I said, he landed it with the Cat Williams because of the fact that Cat led the majority of that interview. That's how that happened. Most people don't understand. Like, yes, it was his platform, but because he didn't stop him in anything that he was saying, which a lot of things were accurate, and somebody actually went back and fact checked the majority of it. I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy.
this,
Um,
everything
but like,
almost Cat Williams said was accurate. It's the stuff that's been going on
oh, for
before
sure.
Cat Williams came to LA, before I was even born. It's just
Mhm.
part the biggest industry in the entertainment business in Los Angeles. Unfortunately, and you can go look up the legal piece. The biggest industry in LA is sex in the entertainment industry. Not all of LA is not the defense contractors or the finance play. It's sex trafficking and pedophilia.
Agreed. That's
Unfortunately,
that's around
that's
the world though. Like, that's
no,
what people
but
don't
no,
understand.
LA, it is huge. There have been federal FBI have busted rings of people
Hmm.
who work in the entertainment industry for sex trafficking and pedophilia. It's
Agreed.
very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's exactly what the open secret is about.
There's a movie called Eyes Wide Shut. Go see that movie. It supposedly took place on the East Coast, but it is in different circles. Eyes Wide Shut is with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise, and it was made by Kubrick, Stanley Kubrick, and he was specifically told not to make this movie because it was about what elites do,
Yeah, it got
and
him killed.
exactly they killed him right after that. He was
Did you
specifically
know there's like
told
30 minutes of that movie that he filmed that they wouldn't even like they cut it on the final cut, like on the final editing, they cut it and he was like, "Yo, no, you're not cutting this." And they're like, "Dude, that's not going in the fucking movie, bro." And he's like,
every
"Bro, yeah,
every
there's a bunch of that film that we didn't even see."
most every actor you see on the screen, male or female, on movies, especially in theatrical movies, and if you see them regularly on TV shows, they all have been compromised in one way or the other. And actors in Hollywood are at the lowest bottom of the ring of power. They have handlers. They're handlers or they're agents or literally they're handlers. Go find that old TV show on HBO Max called what's the one where the four guys come from Queens, come from New York, and they come to LA.
Entourage.
Entre. That is 100% accurate, and that's actually the story about Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Marky Mark.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, but there's so much of that happens. They're just you get the best of whatever you like. You get the best Coke, the best women, the best this, the best that, the best whatever you like. And if you're cracking, you get the best of whatever. And then you're hot typically for about 3 to 5 years. If you're an actor, they come and they go. They come and they go.
And when your time is up, it's bye.
But here's the thing. Like I said, you're talking about Hollywood, but like what people don't understand is this isn't just an American issue. This is literally a bigger, as big a problem overseas. India has the dancing boys. I remember when I was 10 years old, my mother told me about Thailand, and she was like, if you ever
Oh
have
yeah.
someone that you know that goes over for a business trip to Thailand, they're going to have sex with children. I was like, I'm sorry, what? She's
Yeah,
like,
come
yeah,
again? What the fuck?
Thailand has a huge pedophilia problem. To the fact of, because I was doing a report on Thailand, my mom was like, "Oh yeah." So she's like, "If anyone ever told you that they're going on a business trip to Thailand, they're probably going over to have sex with kids." I was like,
Or
"What?"
they are the original passport bros from the
Woo.
Vietnam from the 1960s. My dad explained that to me. The passport bro scene was really from the 60s, after, during, and before and after the war. That's where that came about. Where it was primarily white men going to Asia to find them a mail order bride and or have sex with women. Then the freaky deakies were doing this other stuff with pedophilia,
Yep.
but a lot of it, not, a great deal of the men that are going there are looking to find Asian wives to do whatever they want to do. That's where the passport bro thing came from. The Kevin
Mm.
Samuels thing of 2023 or 2022, that's a newer phenomenon.
What's the passport bros thing? Explain that. What's that?
It's guys who leave the United States, they have passports, and they go to other countries to find women because they are sick of modern women and feminists. Because modern
Oh,
women
like
and
women that can
feminists,
control and shit.
yeah, modern women and feminists definitely are problematic for real men because masculinity is under attack in Europe and in the United States. They call anything that's masculine or forceful toxic. Doesn't exist. They're just being a man, being a boy. Because if there's toxic masculinity, there's toxic femininity. But anything that a man does specifically that's not subservient to a woman, they call it toxic. And it's total BS. And a lot of young men are turned off by that and trying to fight that whole thing. So they leave the United States to go find women who are not modern women and have been indoctrinated with feminism.
Yeah, y'all women are crazy.
No, 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 no,
No,
not
I'm kidding.
all.
I'm kidding.
Not
I'm kidding.
all. No, 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 no. It's just modern women. And that's why a lot of men in the 60s and 70s did that, and they came back again in the 2000s.
I've always explained it like this: my job as a man is to bring home enough food to last a week, and your job as a woman is to make that food last a week. Or I need to bring home enough money to make it last a month, and your job is to make that money last a month. Because if it was up to me, I'd eat all the food in fucking 2 days. I need you to make sure that food lasts a week. But I'll bring the food home. I'll bring the money home. I need you to understand how to make it last the way it lasts.
So
That's how I describe.
would you say you're a traditional guy and you like a traditional woman?
Yeah, I want to. Well, I do want a traditional woman, but I don't think I would. I don't know if I wouldn't want a subservient woman. I'd like a woman that's like, hey, motherfucker, you're being stupid. Stop. Like, I'd like a woman to be able to like challenge me to do shit like that. I don't necessarily want just some woman that like, well, shut up, woman. Fucking know your role. I don't really want that, but I certainly don't want a woman that's like, ugh, and just always like expect. Like, I don't want a woman that like always wants to put me down because men are bad and women
Put
are like
see
chill.
that's part of that feminism modern woman thing, putting people down, the gender wars.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
don't
yeah.
follow that, bro.
It's gotten
Do,
out of hand. I agree with you. It's gotten out of hand.
are you wanting to get married at some point?
Me, I'm married.
Oh, okay. So the
I'm
younger
married to my
guys,
high school sweetheart. I've been with my girl for 25 years. We got married in 2010, so we only married for 15 years. We
so
got
when
three
you
beautiful girls.
so
We're
when you
like,
meet younger guys that are like 20 something, 21, 22 year olds,
I tell them
and
to
they have,
marry up. No, I'm just kidding.
hey, okay, all right.
I will say this, Ty. I will say I'm 40 years old. I would hate to be a 22-year-old man right now. I would fucking hate it.
Or unless you had money, because things move differently when
The
you have
great equalizer, yeah. The
it
great
moves
equalizer.
very differently. Or if you're 20 and you're in college, that's different because you're
Yeah,
20
like,
years old, you're in college. Don't really
well, my
matter.
seniors that are graduating high school, and I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, I don't talk to them about it that much, but I'm like, bro, it's gotta be so hard for like an 18, 19-year-old dude right now, bro. Like, oh
No. If he's in college or playing sports, not really.
man, these women nowadays, these women are crazy, bro.
I wouldn't say all women. No. Not all women. It's just finding, it's navigating through the stream like an otter navigating through the stream.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, it's like to your point, these modern women. It seems like they've been trying to they people are trying to convince modern women like, oh, you don't need a man, you don't need a man, and the same goes for the men. It's like we know that we need a woman, but these women nowadays, these modern women, they're like they think they don't need a man. It's not that you need a man, blah blah blah. It's that the balance makes it all like you understand it. Even for gay people, having a partner that can understand it, right? Like having your partner that is on your same level and can challenge you, but can also understand when to like allow you to be you, but also know when you're getting out of hand and blah blah blah. Like that's important. And I feel like these women nowadays are just like, no, men bad. It's like,
So,
bro,
so if you had three sons, what would you teach your three sons, your three boys? If you had three boys right now, how would you be teaching them?
so I have three girls, but yeah, if I had, so my job is like I'm raising girls, so my job is to show them how a man treats a woman. It would kind of be the same for my boys, right? I would show them how to be a man and treat a woman the right way, and not to take advantage of them, but to also understand that you need to provide, and the woman needs to. I hate to say it like this because it always gets twisted, but like to kind of fall in line. I know it sounds weird, but like
What does that mean?
allow me to lead, and I will lead you the way where we need to be where we need to be led. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? But women nowadays don't allow men to lead.
I don't want to. I'm not here to say what women will or won't. I just know I have sons, and I taught my sons to be men. So we don't. They have a
They need to
purpose,
learn how to lead. They need to learn how to
and
be leaders.
they're responsible. So they don't. What we teach is being responsible for yourself, taking care of your business, and when you take care of your business will take care of you.
Everything will fall into place. Yep.
Yeah, but the first thing, instead of trying to lead a woman, lead yourself. Take care of your business. That's the most important thing. Take
Oh yeah,
care
fair.
of
I'm saying
your
after you get married,
business.
like when you have a family, you get married, like you need to lead for that family. Like you are the one that's leading for that
But
family.
even before the family, when you take care, so one of my sons, I have one son and now grandsons. Take care of yourself. That means you make sure. I listen to some of these young guys on sometimes in some different rooms, and I'm just hearing what they're talking about, and I'm like, well, are you responsible? Are you taking care of yourself? I.e., do you have some education or a trade school or something that you can fend for yourself? Two, what does your savings or investments look like? Three, what does your credit look like? So let's get all this. This is basic. Let's take care of self. Then after after you have that together, then are you able to lead? Because a woman will follow that. What's your plan? Do you have a plan? And what is the
Get your shit in
plan?
order first, right? Get your shit in order.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just focus on you exclusively. Focus on you, young man. Take care of yourself. Get your stuff in order. And then as you have your things together, there'll be plenty of women that'll follow you, that'll line up to your purpose. But first, it's not about her, it's about you. Take care of you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like that's the whole thing about mindset. When I talk to people about mindset, like if you get your mind right first, you get your shit in order first, everything kind of falls into place. Like I always use the example of people that hang out with the wrong crowd. I'm like, yo, like I get it. You're always like, oh, I shouldn't hang out with these people because they're getting me to do wrong stuff, get me to do wrong stuff. If you get your mind right first, if you get yourself in order first, those bad people, they can't hang out with you. They'll have to go find someone else to fucking hang out with. Because once you get your shit in order, everything kind of just falls into place. The women will come. The good people, good friends and shit like that, that'll come. As long as you get your shit in order first. Get yourself right, and then everything kind of just falls into place the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you
and
mentioned you
people
had a
move away from
grandson.
you. And people
What's
move away from you.
you
What were
said
you
you had a
saying?
grandson.
Yep.
The one of your kids has a kid, I guess. Are they is he married?
Oh, absolutely. What?
How do you
Yes.
how do you
Yes.
feel about how you feel about her?
Love her. He brought her to me before when they were dating, when he was in college. I had to check her out. Who are her parents? Where does she come from?
Oh, super important.
We're very old school over here. We're like, who are you? Who are your people? Where do you come from? What are your parents? How were you? How were you raised? Because my son is a prince. And if you get him, you're getting a prince. So how are you raised?
Ty, you should have a holiday or like something named
No,
after you.
no, it's just parenting, brother. Just parenting. But I was very clear. My son, you are the prince, and you someday will be the king. So there's things that there's certain behavior and preparations that have to be put in place. He's married and absolutely and waited for a while before the children started coming. Married, right when got married, immediately got the property. We're not moving into an apartment. You got to move into something you own. Now they're on house number 3. So absolutely. No, there's a plan. What? Married? That's absolutely.
See, that's what I found was crazy about like you mentioned, like the modern woman, this modern feminist stuff. And like, look, I love women. I love women. But like this it's not a bad thing to tell a woman like, hey, it's good to have a man that is able to lead you and to be there and to be the man, and it's okay for you to be reliant on the man. Like that's okay. And these modern women are like, no, I don't
We're
need a
not.
man. Like, yes, you do.
We're not going to give any of that any more energy. We're just focused on successful guys that are on purpose, and women will fall in line, and those who won't, somebody else will fall in their place.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's
Give me a
okay
bro.
for a man to take charge. It's okay for a woman to follow his lead. It's okay. Like it's okay.
And it's also sometimes okay for a man to follow his wife or woman if she has certain skills that she does better than him. It doesn't emasculate him. It's okay. If she knows how to do certain things better than the man, then it's not a problem. Got to break out.
But who's
Peace.
going to open her jars? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Ty, are you super unpopular when you go into other spaces and say this kind of stuff? Do you get a lot of pushback?
I really don't care.
Well, because I feel like back in like the 70s, 80s, even in the 90s, you wouldn't have got any pushback. But I feel like now you would get a lot of pushback for these type of ideas.
It's the people that you're around, man. People that you're around. Um, Quality individuals know and are taught properly. They know. They know.
Yeah, they do.
Women who want to be wives and are quality, they know. The women who are not and who never will be, this is what they push. That's why Kevin Samuel said, buy a dog and die alone. Anyway, I got a jam.
Is there anybody else up here? Because look, I swear to God, you guys give me the stage for myself, I will just go.
We're still here. It was an interesting conversation, though, Mike.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I think, like I said earlier, right? It's a man's job to bring home a month's worth of food or a month's worth of money, and it's the woman's job to make it last a month. That's just how I look at it.
I think everybody's getting sleepy, but it was definitely a good conversation.
Yeah, I think it's okay to understand your role in a relationship or your role in whatever. Like he said, right? Sometimes a woman can bring home all the money, and the man can understand his role as long as y'all work together, right? Like whatever. But for the most part, it's my job as a man to protect my family, to make sure my family is safe, healthy, has everything they need. And it's my wife's job to kind of like make sure I am staying on that path to be the leader of the family and to be the one that provides, right? If I start getting crazy and, you know, going out during football season and drinking too much and going home drunk, like, hey, motherfucker, like, chill the fuck out, right? Like, chill the fuck out. It's like, oh yeah, like I'm getting a little crazy. Like I'm cool with that. A couple of like 5, 6 years ago, I was drinking too much liquor, right? And my wife was like, "Yo, can you just drink some fucking beer? Like, stop taking shots and stop fucking doing this shit." It was like, holy shit, yeah. And I haven't drank liquor, right? Like, it's a little thing, right? But it's a little thing, but it's kind of like, holy shit. Now, maybe my wife stopped me from becoming an alcoholic. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? If I would have stayed down the same path for the 5 years that she didn't stop me, maybe I'd be a fucking alcoholic right now. Now I'm just a dude who drinks beers every once in a while. So it's like, wow, like I needed that. But also when shit hits the fan in my family or when a big scenario comes up, I'm proud of the fact that my wife looks to me. Like that makes me proud, and I need to know that need to make the good decision, and I'm the one that needs to be there to make the right decision for me and my family. Like, I'm cool with that. My wife is cool with that. It's okay. Because to Ty's point, right? These modern feminists are like, we don't need men. It's like, dude, it's not that. It's okay to be like, yeah, I need a man. It's okay. It doesn't make you less of a woman, you know?
Yeah, I think, we need each other. And yesterday, someone posted on X this lady celebrating her 50th birthday, and um, she appeared to be crying. And somebody, the comments were, well, she was told that she didn't need a man and this and that. And I work with a lot of women um, that didn't get married, didn't have kids, and some of them are happy, but a lot of them feel like they made a mistake and they should have, did it earlier. And now they're 50ish plus, So, anyways, yeah, people, it's nice to be part of a team and a couple.
When it's going right, yeah, agreed. And it can be bad. I mean, it can be toxic. But I don't know. It's a wild dynamic. You guys want to hear a joke? Well, don't everybody fucking jump at once.
Mike, I think everybody's falling asleep. This is kind of how it's been ending lately. It's just the
Is that a
room will
yes,
quiet
Ann? Do you want
down.
to hear the joke?
The
I'm not
floor
really
is
good at
yours.
listening to jokes.
One mic on you.
It's an
There you
easy
go,
one. It's an
Pamela.
easy joke, but it's funny to hear people say it. But it's a super easy one. You ready? It's funny to hear you
Yes.
guys say it though. What? It's stupid. What's a pirate's favorite letter?
I.
No.
No.
Any other guesses?
A.
And
And you're up.
R. R.
you think it's the R, but it's really the C. It's a thinker, like C, like SCA. It's a thinker.
Right. We get it. We get it.
Nice to hear you off mic, Pamela.
How's it going, Ann?
It's going okay. I missed the whole DTN and Cindy's room. I fell fast asleep because I had to get up early this morning and head to LA at 5 a.m. And so I basically did a turnaround, went to my appointment, um, and came home, and I was just so sleepy. But it was a good day. How about you?
Yeah, it's just been busy. So
You know, it's
working
crazy,
late.
Pamela.
What?
I can't look at flowers anymore and not think of you. I think of my sister-in-law
Oh,
too because she grows the most beautiful flowers. I mean, her garden's amazing. And but now when I see like flower fields and stuff, I'm like, oh, Pamela.
aw, that's so sweet. Have you been down to Carlsbad at all to the flower fields there?
No, not this year. Well, it's been years now, but I've been sick since before my birthday, which was April
Oh,
3rd. So
jeez.
I barely felt good enough to go to the doctor today. And I had to cancel last week. I was probably my sickest last week. But yeah, no, I haven't gone. But, you know, for years, I've never been there, to be honest with you. I've only ever driven by it, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's even better if you go in. I mean, I there were years where I stayed at the hotel right above it, but I had never been. So a couple of years ago, I just flew down and went to it, and it's impressive. But I hope you're feeling better. Are you feeling any better now?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I'm still kind of sick, but not like I was. So um, that's what I was telling my doctor today that I finally was able to get up and out yesterday, and I didn't do too much. I just went to go to the store to get water. And other than that, yeah, I don't know what happened. It's been a crazy since January for me. But I just told him I'm going to be on a new path, and I'm going to, you know, chop down woods to get through it.
Yeah. Well, I think having the right attitude really helps. So,
Yeah. Um, yeah, it does. It's just that I was held down for over a month almost, and it was starting to get to me. So on Monday, I made myself get up and walk the block a couple of times. I barely made it, but I was like, no, you got to get moving. Like, this is too much, no matter how sick you feel. So, yeah. Thanks for
yeah.
asking.
Yeah.
It's all about the mindset. I agree.
100%. So Clubhouse is still open too. Is there anyone over there that wants to say anything tonight?
I could go back over to Clubhouse and start talking. I'm just kidding.
Last night, it was kind of lit in here, and then I think I turned it off and went to bed. But the previous night, I basically closed this place down by myself. I was like, wait, all of a sudden there was nobody here.
That a girl. I did that one night in here, and it was like the last like 30 minutes. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna talk. And I just fucking talked. I was like, fuck it, why not?
Mike, did you come to Chatter from Clubhouse or from X?
From Clubhouse.
Okay. Were you
I
did
only
you
come. I only come to Chatter to listen to debate the news. Actually, I don't even go to any other rooms on Chatter.
Yeah. Um so did you follow Debate the News back in the day
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in Million Marathon and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wild Wild West. Yeah, I like Debate the News. Jonathan's good peoples.
Yeah, for sure.
The thing I love about Jonathan is like even if he doesn't agree with you, or even if you're saying some dumbass shit, he's like, yo, you're entitled to say some dumbass shit. Go ahead.
Yeah.
He'll let people talk. That's what I think's cool about it.
Well, his commitment to this channel or group or whatever you want to call it is amazing. Like to do this every day, it's just
It's pretty
it blows
wild.
my
Yeah.
mind. Yeah, it's a lot. And to do it well too.
Yeah, like if it gets out of line, like you wouldn't hear from him for like 2 hours, and it'll start getting crazy. You'd be like, hey. You're like, holy shit, Jonathan's still here. He's like, like he's always lurking, and then he'll kind of restore order, and everything will go back together. I always think it's funny when I'm on Chatter, and then Clubhouse gets kind of wild. There's like 4 people on Clubhouse, and they're the only people talking. And it's like, all right, calm down now. Wait a second, can't all just talk at once. Because like the people on Clubhouse will think that no one's moderating it, when in reality it is being moderated, but they don't know that. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah. What part of the country are you from?
I live in South Florida now, but I'm originally from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
But all my family's from like Patterson, New Jersey, so I don't sound like country bumpkin. Like my
Yeah.
dad moved down there like when he was 18, and my mom's not really from Arkansas. And they moved me to fucking Florida when I was in middle of 8th grade. So talk about culture shock, like go from Little Rock, Arkansas to South Florida. But it was cool.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden ATMs are asking for English and Spanish. I'm like, what the fuck? It was crazy. I was like meeting people down here. They're like, "Do you guys have malls?" I'm like, "Yeah, we got a fucking mall. What's wrong with you?" Like I'd meet people down here. They'd be like, they didn't even know where Arkansas was. That's kind of cool. I love Arkansas.
What part of Arkansas?
Little Rock.
Oh, that's where I'm from.
No shit, you're from Little Rock.
Yeah, but I haven't been there in years. That's where I was born, not raised, but born.
Blue Pigs too. Are you a Razorback fan?
I used to be. Yep.
I don't know about the used to be thing.
Because I
Okay,
don't really watch sports like that anymore, but I know
you're a
about the
Razorback fan. I don't
Razorbacks.
care.
Yeah.
Little Rock's nice. How old are you?
I'm not gonna tell you my age.
Oh, my bad. Are you an 80s baby, 90s baby, 2000s baby?
Like 80s.
Okay, so you're about my age, right? Little Rock used to be like really bad when we were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like downtown Little Rock is super nice now.
I follow someone else who lives out there too. It's beautiful out there. I want to go back and visit. My mom was killed out there, so I just never went back.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, like when we were growing up, downtown Little Rock was like you do not fuck around with downtown Little Rock. But now it's like it's really nice. They got the Clinton Library down there. Like downtown Little Rock's really nice now.
Yeah, I gotta go back because I haven't been in years. I was born in Pulaski County, so
Yep,
yeah.
Lassie County, baby,
Yep.
501. Hell yeah,
Yep. Yep.
fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Yes.
Arkansas is the shit, yo. Arkansas is beautiful. Arkansas is the shit.
I know. The person I follow live out there, and it looks so beautiful. She rides her bike all over Arkansas.
Yeah, we're kind of like the forgotten state. Everyone's like Arkansas. So yeah, fuck
I
Arkansas.
know. People are like, wait, where's that at?
Right? That's what
It's down
they
there. We there.
I like being the like when I talk to people, they're like, "Yo, I've never met anybody from Arkansas." Like I like being the only person they've ever met from Arkansas and shit. It's cool.
Yep.
But I've been down here in South Florida since I was like 15. Now I'm 40, so I'm basically a Floridian.
Okay, cool.
Like I heard something. If you move to a place before you're 18 and you live there for more than 15 years, you're technically a native of that place or some shit. So like technically, I'd be a Floridian. Whatever. And Florida's cool. Like I like Florida. And Florida's weird, right? Like South Florida is more northern, and like North Florida is all like southern. Like, it's very strange. Like all of South Florida is like New Yorkers and fucking Northeast people, and then all of like North Florida is like southern, like country. Like it's crazy. It's very very weird. Very very weird state.
Who's crazy, Robbie? The people in Florida?
Talking to me?
Robbie, he put in the chat. People are crazy. Where they're crazy at?
No, it was
Oh
in
no.
Tucson, Arizona,
Oh,
Jasmine.
okay, okay.
While I was camping there, and just brought it up. Somebody got like murdered and shit like that while I was there, and I
What?
heard that story. It was fucking crazy.
That was a really, really sad story. And I think the scary thing for any of us is that you almost like have to have your head on a swivel because there's so many people out there that are mentally ill and they can just attack you for no reason out of nowhere. And that's why when I didn't know about that story when you were there, I found out afterwards by accident. And that's why, like, when you're traveling, I'm like, you got to look all around you, keep your eyes open, eyes behind your head, because people out there are doing crazy things. I mean, it's awful.
That's exactly why I left Sedona, like after 2 nights, and because I was planning to stay there for almost 2 weeks, but people just rubbed me the wrong way, man. Like, I mean, it's just crazy town out there.
And it's hot as fuck.
Very, very hot.
I heard it gets like 110, 112.
But good thing though, like, you get so much more sun, like early in the morning, like, by 7 o'clock, it's like, sunny, and then you get to go on like hikes and stuff like that. So people do everything before 11, and you don't see anybody until like 3 or 4. It's just insane.
They're like, fuck this.
Yeah, fuck the heat.
Yeah, that's what I heard about Arizona. Like, they're like, yo, you've never experienced like hot until you went to Arizona. Like, that's
I,
fucking hot.
and there are a lot of campers too, Mike. And Anne knows my story, but I'm more of a nomad kind of stuff. Like, I travel around the world. I mean, country, driving around the country for the last 2 months. And I always wanted to go to Sedona, but I found out it's a good family place, don't get me wrong, but when you camp out in the van, you meet other crazies like who do this like for years and years, and they steal your gas, they steal your tires. Dude, like I woke up with no hubcaps on my van. I'm like, what the hell? It's just
Yeah, like,
insane.
motherfucker, like, what are you taking my hubcaps for?
Right. Like, I mean, they stole my the internet thing, man. What is that? Like, shit, I can't even think of it. Uh, from
Robbie, I
Tesla.
didn't know that. That's crazy.
That's why I ended up leaving, and after like 2 days, I couldn't take it anymore. Like, literally, people were stealing lighters, and you
Wow.
can't leave anything. Like, they stole my gas out of my van. Who does that?
Because you know what? There's a bunch of grifters out there now. It's not the same as it was just even before COVID. Like, the world has definitely changed, unless I'm just nuts. But it wasn't like that before. Everybody cared for everybody, or at least for the most part.
Right, exactly. I'm like, the place is not for me. It's beautiful, but I ended up like moving right away.
I feel like there's a never mind. I don't want to go there.
Go there, Mike. It's
All
okay.
right, fuck it. Let's talk like we're in the 90s, right? I feel like there's something to be said about, you know, red and blue places, no?
Yeah.
You asked for it.
No, you're right. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it's not what you see on Instagram. Like, I mean, I literally dreamt about that place, like wanting to do hikes, and I wanted to spend like a couple weeks out there. Shit is crazy, man. Don't believe everything you see on social media, I guess. Learn my lesson the hard way.
I heard this thing about that. They say that with Paris. Like, there's this syndrome called like Paris syndrome or whatever. It's like when people go to France and go to Paris, they have this idea that's like all like, Paris, ah, ah, ah. And they get there and they're like, what the fuck? What is this place? And like, they're like, whoa. I feel like that would be the same with like San Francisco, LA, New York. You know, like you think of New York and you get there and you're like, dude, this place is fucking
It's
gross.
disgusting.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, Paris, like, it is what it is, but like, people are rude as hell. Like, I mean, French people, like, they don't, maybe because it's a touristy place, everybody gets so annoyed so fast. They don't fucking help you, even though they know English. Like, even if you ask directions, they get annoyed. They won't, I mean, it's not the place, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
place ain't real.
My son spent his 21st birthday in Paris. He was studying abroad in Spain, and him and some of his fellow students went there, and he loved it. But, that's quite some years ago now. And again, things are just different.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah, even my trip, and it was like about 8 to 10 years ago. I lived there for almost 6 months. Worked for a company called Kraft, and they bought a company in France, Tolberine, those candy. So it was a good experience.
Yeah, I mean, I went there last no, not this spring break, 2 spring breaks ago with my daughter on like one of those school field trips, and we were in the school, the EF tours, school sanctioned things, so we couldn't really go around and shit like that. But I didn't have a problem with Paris. I just thought it was like surreal, like the arch and then all that stuff around the Louvre, like those buildings and stuff. It's like, bro, like y'all didn't build this shit, bro. Like, what is going on here? Like, what's really
Yeah.
happening? You know, like what are y'all hiding? You know, like it just seems so like not real. And then after the France, we went to Italy, and Italy was like so much different than France. I
You
don't know.
said you live in Arkansas, right, Mike?
I live in South Florida now, but yeah,
South Florida. Okay. What'd you think about like taking
South
only
Florida. Hey guys, real
trains?
quick. Hey guys, real quick. So I want to say, CH. I want to thank you guys for joining us. We're going to go ahead and disconnect from CH right now. Um, and if you're listening to us at home, we're going to end the podcast. This is the end of the bonus episode. And I want to say, if you guys are on CH and you want to continue, come on over to Chatter. Once again, if you guys want to continue, come on over to Chatter. We're going to end the CH room right now. I want to say thank each and every one of you guys. And if you're listening at home, this is the end of our podcast as well. Please make sure you guys download the Chatter app as well. Guys, if you're in this room on CH or on Chatter, please make sure you guys download the podcast that's above. Once again, download the podcast that's above. Appreciate you guys here in the audience, and appreciate you guys at home that's listening to us as well. Thank you guys. Have a great day.